Monty with HD podcast, Bold Glamour Filter Saturday. I got 10 minutes on the clock. Here is what happened night one of SummerSlam. Let's go. So we start off the show with Cardi B, of course, and she opens it. And she welcomes everybody to SummerSlam. I'm happy that she didn't participate in any matches. She knew better after what she said on TikTok yesterday or the other day. Those girls are big and they can fight. Good on you. Next slide. So it starts off with Roman and Jay, Yeet TC1 versus the Braun Brawns. And honestly, I was a little nervous about this match more than anything. And that's simply because this motherfucker came out here wearing Roman size 16 J's around his neck like a Ulafala. I swear to God, Braun, you finna die. Just, it makes me so mad. But of course, the match was amazing, actually. In fact, Roman and Jay stopped in the middle of it to yeet, and then they got pulled out by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. There was a moment, of course, where Roman did that top rope. He took flight in that top rope jump, and it was pretty good. Honestly, I commend him. There was a moment where honestly we thought that maybe he got injured, but Roman Reigns is not a human being. He is a tribal chief. He got back up and delivered just a wonderful showing. There was a moment where Braun Breaker was, he got so pissed off, he would take off, put his straps back on, take his straps off, put his straps back on, take his straps off. And he went to spear Roman and spear Jay. And Roman pushed Jay out the way and speared and ate the spear. And it was amazing, of course. But at the end of the match, Jay got the victory. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, Roman and Jay. There was a moment where Jay picked up the Ulafala and he willingly put it around Roman's neck. And it's something that I just want to point out, and I pointed it out in the live. Roman said to Paul when Paul asked a long time ago, what are we going to do about Jay? And Roman said Jay's going to do what he does best. Shout out to Russell Faith, our final boss at ATD, who had said Jay is now back as the right-hand man again. Guys, the family's getting back together. Bloodline's getting back together. I'm so excited. Next slide. They're not friends, but they are now your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. You know what? I love this whole storyline and the way it got put together and just the build between the two of them. And honestly, I can't wait to see more. And I'm so happy that they won. Congrats, Lex and Ashley. Congratulations, guys. Next slide. This right here was where the wind started to come out of the sail. Honestly, what can I say about Sammy the Snitch that hasn't already been said? It was pretty... Karrion Kross is over like Rover, and Sammy needs a revamping of his character. And to be honest with you, if he don't turn heel on Monday, or if he don't win the Royal Rumble next year, then what the hell are y'all doing with him? Because it's not working. Next slide. Triple H. If Naomi does not retain tomorrow, you are not going to beat those allegations. You ain't beating them allegations. If Naomi does not retain tomorrow, you are not beating those allegations, sir. You had every opportunity and you chose to piss us off. Next slide. The next match after that was Logan the Table, or the Music Paul, and Drew McIntyre versus Randy, Thaz Orton, and Jelly Roll. I just want to say this right now. I didn't really catch the whole match. I ordered a pizza. And, I happen to agree with the signs. Logan Paul is an outsider. I do want to give a special shout out to Jelly Roll. It takes a lot to be in that ring, especially when this is not something that you're used to doing. And to lose a lot of weight is very commendable. I've done it once before. Once upon a time, before I had a baby, I used to be big, and then I went little, and then I got big again. But that's another tale for another time. But I do want to say this is very commendable for Jelly Roll to be in this ring and to be in this match. But what I was not expecting was that Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre to win. Congrats to Drew. But of course, then I find out later on that they're going to continue this storyline with Jelly Roll. So let's get it. Let's go. And that brings me to the main event of the night. I know I make commentary, if you've been to our spaces, about CM Punk, aka Phillip Brooks, aka Uncle Phil, being 1,000-year-old vampire, and like CM Punk is 177 years old and whatever. But I gotta say, him and Gunther really put on a classic, and I was very proud of it. But also, I have to say that him winning was a wonderful moment, and it was a very good moment for him to have. But then, of course, whenever we have a good moment, the bullshit has to come. Next slide. Let me just say this right now. Nobody believed that this injury was real. Everybody knew this shit was a work. And do you want to know how we know it was a work? We knew it was a work simply because if anybody else got injured in that capacity, they would have had to relinquish the briefcase. They held on to that briefcase for months. Anywho, my next suggestion is going to be this. Take this fucking faction, Vanguards of Destiny, Shield, I don't fucking know what the hell y'all are calling them, Visionary Vanguards, Destiny, Shield 2.0, I don't fucking know. Take this faction and move them to SmackDown, please. I don't care if Cody wins the title and you move him to Raw and have him torture the Bloodline with The Rock's request. Do something valuable and put them on SmackDown. Because this right here is what burns my tits alive. I am so annoyed more than anything. This shit is what really, really bothers me. And honestly, like, this is supposed to be like Evolution, but it's not Evolution because Evolution actually had style. And we all know how the faction is going to end. Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker are going to turn on Seth with Bronson Reed. You can see it coming a mile away. Just do something important and not give us the same shit that we can predict. That is all. And hey, look, I'm under 7 minutes. I'm under 8 minutes. Well, that's all I have to say about tonight. All in all, I have to say Roman and Jay's match was amazing. The match with CM Punk and Gunther was amazing. Even that cash-in was all right, although I just don't agree with the way that they went about it. Because, hey, look, what is LA Knight doing right now? What could he have done? Anywho, I will be back tomorrow for my rundown for SummerSlam Night 2. Hopefully they don't ruin this like they did tonight. But please be sure to drink your water. For the love of God, watch your back for chair shots. Acknowledge your tribal chief. Acknowledge dynasty. This is not a it's not a rocktocracy. It is a rocktatorship. And last but not least, I have a book coming out on September 10th. It is titled Homecoming, an American Royalty Novel by Monique Vaughn. You can get it at barnesandnoble.com. It is exclusively online. And of course, just to let you know, we do have a website that you can purchase it from. That is atdpod.net. Until then, I will see you guys on Sunday. Good night, everybody.